Hey everybody, Kelly Engineer here, and welcome to episode 3 of the Silence Gems mod spotlight. This episode is going to be dedicated entirely to the Chaos system in Silence Gems. It's changed drastically from how it used to. In a world, there used to be Chaos nodes scattered all throughout the world, and as you got close to one, you would fill yourself with Chaos. You could also generate Chaos with the use of pylons, which could run via the nodes or via coal. Didn't really matter. But yeah, in this system, there are no more nodes. Chaos just exists in the world. And the second the world is created, you and the world start generating chaos. You can't actually read this value yet, but later on, as you progress through the mod, you'll be able to actually monitor how much chaos is there. I have a bed in my inventory right now because I have purposely not set a spawn point in this world. The spawn point is actually well over there. And that is the world spawn. So the reason why I have not set my respawn area yet is because as chaos generates in the world, it starts generating chaos events. And that can spawn certain mobs, it can spawn a lightning storm, it can do a whole bunch of stuff, and a mod pack author has the ability to create different chaos events based off stuff that already exists in a mod. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my spawn point. So now that I have set a respawn point, that has officially opened the world up to chaos events. The more chaos that generates in the world, it'll use up some chaos and start one of the events. One of those events is it corrupts some dirt, it corrupts some stone, it could start a lightning storm, it could spawn corrupted slimes or wisps, and actually, I'm on peaceful right now, so I need those wisps and I need those slimes, so yeah, I'm going to put it on normal difficulty for now. But yeah, that is how chaos works. The first thing that I want to do in a world is I want to monitor how much chaos is in the world. So I need a token enchanter in order to do that. I'm only going to make this token enchanter for the purpose of making a chaos meter. Everything else regarding a token enchanter will be in a separate episode. But the first thing that I'm going to have to create is some chaos iron. Super easy to make. All you need is an unfired chaos ingot, which is chaos dust and iron. Chaos dust is 2 chaos crystals. And yeah, with a full stack of chaos crystals, you'll get a full stack of chaos dust. But with those unfired ingots, you'll get the chaos iron, and then you can add them into your token enchanter. The second thing we need are blank tokens. Blank tokens are typically used for the enchanting aspect. So here are enchantment tokens that you can add to your weapons. And I'm not focused on that right now. What I really need out of the enchanter, where are you, my friend? It's not showing up. Anyway, I need these blank tokens with gold, chaos crystals, and lapis. Bam, I get 12 of them, and with all of that combined, with obsidian, a block of lapis, and an emerald, I can make my token enchanter. So I made my token enchanter. I'm going to put it right here, and if you look at the recipes for it, if you look at the recipes for the token enchanter, you'll see that as it creates something, it will add some chaos to the world. So moderate plus plus, moderate plus. I think it goes all the way to high plus plus. So yeah, there's that you have to worry about. But the first thing that I'm going to do is put in some nether quartz right here. I'm going to need 2 more pieces of chaos crystal. There we go. So with 16 nether quartz, 64 chaos crystal, and 64 glowstone dust, it's going to make me enriched chaos crystal. I need these enriched chaos crystals in order to pretty much do everything else related to chaos. And they're used to make spawn eggs, they're used to make the chaos crystals. I'm going to go over all of this in another episode. The last thing that we're going to need for our chaos meter is some piles of corrupted stone or corrupted dirt. And this is one of the chaos events that I was talking about. When a chaos event, when chaos in the world gets high enough, one of the events that can run is it will corrupt some stone or corrupt some dirt around you. You can manually trigger this, and I'll go over the manual trigger in just a second. I have manually triggered it, and I got some corrupted dirt right here. And I have corrupted dirt right down there. As time goes by, this will eventually revert itself back to its standard variant. This is not like, this is not like Thaumcraft, where if something gets tainted or corrupted, then it will spread. So yeah, I'm not, game mode survival, I'm not really worried about that, but I'm going to collect this dirt. There we go. Collect all of this dirt, because I need it. There we go. I've collected all of the dirt that's up here, and now we can go back to our crafting grid. The commands that I was talking about earlier are related to SG Chaos. So if you type /SG_Chaos, then you can trigger events. You can trigger events at yourself, and the ones that are in the mod by default are Chaos Lightning, Chaos Sickness, Corrupt Blocks, Corrupted Slimes, Lightning, Spawn Wisps, and Thunderstorm. I'm going to put myself back in creative, and I'm going to trigger every single one of these as soon as I make, come on up here, as soon as I make my Chaos Meter. So now that I have that, Chaos Meter is 4 gold, 1 iron, Enriched Chaos Crystal, and piles of corrupted dirt. So here we go, I have 1 Chaos Meter. By default, the Chaos Meter is set to Mode World, and as I right-click, you can see that right now I have Chaos in the world increasing. It increases by 40 by each tick. So I'm going to hold Shift and right-click again, and you can see that it says Player. I have 0 Chaos that's a part of me right now. As I do things related to the token Enchanter, then I will eventually increase my player. There we go. I will eventually increase my player Chaos. But right now, all I'm really worried about is the world. Once the world increases to a high enough point, there we go. Once the world increases to a high enough point, it will spend some of that Chaos to enable one of the other events. Just to show that off, you see that I have 10,000 Chaos right now. I'm going to trigger the event Spawn Wisps. Here we go. Silence Gems, Spawn Wisps, and there they are. They're right there. It spawned some water wisps for me. If I look at my Chaos Meter, you'll see that the Chaos went all the way down to 0. It uses quite a bit of Chaos in order to do that. Like I don't even know the exact values. I'd have to spend a lot of time experimenting. But these wisps will attack you on sight, and they attack just like ghasts. When you kill them, they have a chance to drop. Let's see here. Wisp. Right here. So Chaos Wisp, Fire Wisp, Water Wisp, Ice Wisp, and Lightning Wisp. They have a chance to drop all of these, and using these you can put them in a token enchanter to get its various enchantment token. So yeah, that is what the wisps are. Now I'm going to go through and manually trigger each of the events right now in order to just show off what they can do. So the command once again is SG_Chaos, trigger event at myself, and I'm going to start with Chaos Lightning. As you can see, Chaos Lightning is just a massive strike of lightning everywhere. You can see that it didn't start any fires. It will not start any fires. It will damage the player, but it will not start any fires. It's just really more unsettling than anything. The Chaos Lightning Storm is minor. It's small potatoes. But the next thing is Chaos Sickness. Chaos Sickness is a little more in depth, because the higher the chaos level of the world, you'll get a different type of Chaos Sickness, and it's always a negative debuff. I just gave myself it, and it is Mining Fatigue for 5 minutes and the Chaos Sickness debuff for 10 minutes. The Chaos Sickness debuff doesn't do anything except notify you that you are under the effects of Chaos Sickness. And then while you are under the effect of it, you cannot gain another one of the other debuffs for that 10 minutes. So I have the Mining Fatigue for 5 minutes. That can also be Hunger, and that can also be Weakness. So Hunger being honestly the worst case, because who wants the Hunger debuff for 5 minutes? But yeah, the higher the chaos, the worse this debuff is going to be. And you can get rid of it immediately with milk, thankfully. So that is not really that much of a problem so long as you have milk handy. The next one that we're going to go over, we've already gone over corrupt blocks, is corrupted slimes. And when you spawn in some corrupted slimes, there they are. Alright, when you spawn in some corrupted slimes, All you have to do is just kill them. They'll attack you exactly the same way as normal slimes. They have the same exact AI and health as slimes. And as you kill them, you'll get these corrupted slimes. Right now, corrupted slime balls cannot be used for anything except for converting into a regular slime ball. So I believe in the future there is a planned use for the corrupted slime ball, but right now there is not. The next one that we're going to go over after corrupted slimes is lightning. So this lightning can set fires, and once again it can hurt you. You see that it's a single bolt of lightning and it set a fire. There we go. So yeah, it's really that simple. It's a lightning bolt that starts a fire. Next one after lightning is spawn wisps. Have I already gone over spawn wisps? The answer to that is yes, I have already gone over spawning the wisps. So the next one is Thunderstorm, and that one speaks for itself. It just starts a thunderstorm. Very annoying, but just like I can drink milk to get rid of the debuffs, I could also sleep to get rid of the thunderstorm. There we go. Thunderstorm is over. And yeah, those are all of the default commands or all of the default chaos events that can occur in a world. In the configs, you can actually add another SG chaos. Yeah, you can add other events that are already inside other mods. So say you had, I don't know why anyone would do this unless you're malicious, is if you had Thaumcraft installed, then you can make one of the chaos events putting down a taint seed. Like I said, I don't know why anyone would want to do that, but that's just an example of what you can do. So yeah, you're by no means limited to the ones that are in the mod. You can add your own. Alright, the next thing that I want to go over is the Chaos Orbs. What the Chaos Orbs do is they're going to absorb a portion of anything that generates chaos, like this token Enchanter here. But yeah, they're going to absorb a portion of it and just nullify it so it's not something that enters the world. And you can see that I have, I'm going to wait till I have about 57,000. There we go. So now that I have that, I'm going to put in this coal, I'm going to put in this chaos, bam, and I just made 8 chaos coal, and I increased the world's chaos by about 5,000. Yeah, by about 5,000. Now if I have a chaos orb, and I'm going to start with the chaos potato, which is the lowest tier. Here we go, Chaos Potato. You'll see that it is leakage 50%, which means it's only going to absorb 50% of the chaos being created, and the rest of it will go into the world. So I have, yep, about 64,000. So I'm going to make more of this. I made that Chaos Coal, 69,000. Alright, so the Chaos Potato didn't do anything, and there's a reason for that. In order for your Chaos Orbs to work properly, they need to be sitting on a pedestal. Pedestal are, the recipes are exactly the same. It's just going to require 6 of whatever material they're made out of with an enriched Chaos Crystal on top. And they can be made out of andesite, diorite, granite, or regular stone. Functionally, they are exactly the same. I'm going to make this obsidian one and put it right here, and put my Chaos Potato on top of it. Looking at my Chaos meter again, I have 72,000, 73,000. So I'm going to make more Chaos Coal, and I should have around 78,000, but instead I have 75,000. It did cut, oh, there we go. It did cut half of the Chaos in half. You see that the durability took that 2,500. So, yeah, that is how the Chaos Orbs work. They come in 4 different tiers. Ugh. Every time it absorbs chaos, it will take that chaos that it absorbed as durability. And, yeah, I don't need this Chaos Potato anymore. So, the next tier that we can make are, let's see, where are they? Glass, surrounded by Chaos Crystals, are the fragile Chaos Orb. You see the leakage is 20%. Which means only 20% of the chaos that's being created is going to go into the world. And after that, you have, I may as well just type in, after that you have the refined Chaos Orb, which is a fragile with 2 enriched, and a perfect which is going to require Purifying Powder. Purifying Powder just is glowstone and a pile of corrupted dirt or stone with Chaos Dust as a catalyst. It's not going to create very much. Not going to create very much chaos in the world because it is Purifying Powder. Later on in your world, you're going to need a lot of Purifying Powder. I'm not going to bother making it, but those are what the Chaos Orbs do. I'm going to give myself a perfect. There we go. My voice is starting to go. Place it right there, and I'm going to make a little bit more Chaos Meter. 81,000. 81,500. So it absorbed quite a bit of the chaos. So you see that the durability of the perfect Chaos Orb is 10 million. So it can absorb 10 million of whatever you create using a token enchanter or a supercharger of silent gears installed. Anything that creates chaos, your perfect Chaos Orb will absorb it, only letting 5% of the chaos generated go into the world itself. And yeah, those are how Chaos Orbs work. There are two more things that I want to go over before I get on to the last thing in this episode, and that is I made Chaos Coal in the last clip. Chaos Coal was made with 8 pieces of coal, and 1 Chaos Crystal adds 5,000 chaos to the world. But 1 piece of Chaos Coal is the same as 4 pieces of coal. It smelts 32 items. So yeah, it's relatively cheap to make. It doesn't contribute all that much chaos to the world, and yeah, you can smelt 32 items with 1 piece. That is anything that takes takes regular coal or blocks of coal can take Chaos Coal as well. Chaos Coal can be made into blocks, and yeah, it's just very handy. It's very cheap, and you should definitely use it. The second thing that I want to go over is when I was making the fragile Chaos Orb, you saw that it is a piece of glass and 4 Chaos Crystals. Well, that is very specific. It has to be a piece of glass. It can't be a piece of stained glass, and it cannot be a piece of glass from the Silent set. Only a regular piece of glass will work to make the fragile Chaos Orb. And yeah, those are the last 2 things that I wanted to go over. And the last item that we are going to create in this episode is the Purifier. So the Purifier is made with Purifying Powder. Purifying Powder is made with Chaos Dust, 2 corrupted piles of corrupted dirt, and 2 pieces of glowstone. And it adds about, I honestly couldn't tell, but it's a ridiculously small amount. Either 250 or 500 chaos to the world with each go. Oh, I forgot to put my perfect Chaos Orb there. But yeah, that is Purifying Powder. Really easy stuff. Oh yeah, I completely forgot to go over that, didn't I? The perfect Chaos Orb, or any of the Chaos Orbs, you can have mending on them, so you can repair them, or you can make them unbreakable. And unbreakable is amazing. So the leakage, the leakage that you see here, whenever it absorbs any of the chaos created, that counts as durability damage, and since it's durability damage, you can put unbreaking on it to sometimes it won't lose durability. It'll just take the chaos and not do any damage to it. But onto the Purifier. Purifier is made with 3 pieces of obsidian, glowstone, 2 chaos iron ingots, an enriched chaos crystal, and purifying powder. And it doesn't have a texture right now. And quite frankly, it doesn't need the texture. It still does its job, and if you look at my chaos right now, I am at 245,000. Oh, and it's decreasing. I do not know why it's decreasing right now, but regardless, if you put some purifying powder in it, you see that it is going down by about 2,000, about 1,500. Oh, it's still raising though. So it was working, but apparently not good enough. So sometimes my world just doesn't gain corruption at all. Not corruption, but chaos. Sorry for such an abrupt cut. I had to go do a little bit of research. Apparently the way that chaos works is there's an equilibrium point, but there's no exact number stated as the equilibrium point, only the fact that it is constantly in flux where the equilibrium is. So yeah, the decreasing that I saw earlier, the 245,000, was just the Chaos trying to reach a point of equilibrium. Whenever it gets to that point, it will try to lower itself, and of course if it's lower, it'll try to reach a higher point. So around 240,000 is where my equilibrium point is. I also tried reading up on what the Purifier is. There's no real documentation on how this works or why it isn't working. In one of my test worlds, I put the Purifying Powder inside it, and a gold frame started surrounding this input, and Chaos was decreasing, but it only decreased by, I think, 2,000, and then it started raising again. So I'm not sure how the Purifier works, and it's probably it's probably just because it's in a beta. It doesn't have a it doesn't have a texture on it, unfortunately. So yeah, it's probably something that's just in development right now and doesn't have its full. It's not working fully. So when it does start working fully, I'll put out an update to these mod spotlights and go over it that way. But yeah, I guess so. The ending is kind of anticlimactic. But I am going to end out this episode here. In the next one, we're going to go over all of these stuff on a token enchanter, and we're also going to go over... Where are you, my friend? We're also going to go over the transmutation altar, and everything about the token enchanter and the transmutation altar, yeah, we're just going to cover in the next episode, and that will be the end of... Oh, and teleportation and chaos amethysts. Yeah, I have a lot to go over in the next episode. But I am Kelly Engineering. I hope that you enjoyed this mod spotlight, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.